just James, and I want to share with you an introduction to our nonprofit. It's a 501c3. It's GCU Events.org, and we have a special events that we're doing right now, and it's called Family Fun Days, and I'll be sharing a little bit more about it. And what we want to do in this is we want to help people find their God-given life dream in order to combat and counter suicide and human trafficking, among other things. But this is the focus, and I put this together about 2 years ago. I was playing my music at a Homewood Suites here in the Woodlands. I did 54 shows in 2022. And I did one show for the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce, and I met a guy by the name of Royce Brooks, and he asked me to do a show at the Pavilion, Town Green Park, so that we could help the community with suicide prevention. So that's how everything got started. A friend that was also at that meeting is David Wygant. He's a lawyer, and he helped me put the nonprofit together. And so I've been working on that for the last 2 years. We did a small show in Conroe, and it was a success, and it was just a small prototype. We had 3 nonprofits that were part of that, and so we were able to get some information into that community as to what's available for people in their area. So what we want to do with Family Fun Days events is we focus on entertainment, whether it's me playing my music, being a part of several groups, playing music, a theatrical production, dance, local talent, local high school talent. It's whatever the community wants. We can do a theatrical production, which we have one. We have a website, it's gcuevents.org. You can go there, and I have all of the information there, and we'll be updating it as we go forward as well. One of the events that is coming up that we're working on now is going to be October or November in my hometown of Yoakum, Texas. It's a small town. We're going to include other towns and see what happens. See where we go with it. It's all dependent on each community. What does the community want? What does the community need? Do you have needs that are from state-funded organizations, local organizations? Do the people in your community know where to go for help? So whether there's homelessness, human trafficking, suicide support. My wife and I, we've traveled 37 states around this country, and we have talked to and counseled so many who have lost loved ones to suicide. And it's a difficult process, it's hard. And how many of you know that going through storms alone is not good? You need people there, you need support people. Becca Carey with Hands of Justice, she was trafficked 23 years ago. She has an organization now that she speaks around the country, and they're there to help people come out of human trafficking and not end up in suicide as well. So there's lots of help groups out there. There's Mosaics of Mercy, who we support. They are like a card catalog, like a Rolodex to a lot of organizations that are available here in Montgomery County. So you can call Mosaics of Mercy, and chances are they can put you in touch with an organization that can help you. I'm also part of the task force in Montgomery County for behavioral health and suicide prevention. And there are people coming in from all over the country just to find out how Judge Wayne Mack and Kim Hess and what they're doing with that organization. And so, there's a lot of help out there if we know where to go to get it. And people can say, well, you can just go on the internet. Yes, you can. And I've tried that. And the problem sometimes with the internet is that there is so much information out there, you don't know how to find what you're looking for. Now, the Woodlands area is great with businesses that network together. You can form your own networking groups in your own hometown. So there's all kinds of things that we can do, but with the Family Fun Days, what we want to do is I've designed it to be a free all-day event, and this is scalable depending on the size of the community and the amount of people that are coming, the entertainers who are going to be there, the crowds that are estimated. But we have where maybe we have a cook-off contest, maybe we have children's games. We bring in nonprofits that represent that community and that also represent things that that community doesn't have. And so that they can speak and talk to the people. We want to make the events for free. So therefore we'll have support through local businesses and charities and other things like that. We'll do advertising, we'll have sponsors, and we may even have backstage passes and things like that for those that do support these events. And like I said, I don't even have to be a part of it. GCU Events doesn't have to be a part of it. If we could have these going on in every state, in every community, every year, just put on by local people, that would be great. But we need something so that we can help each other. Every person has a dream for their life, and no man is an island, so the saying goes, because all of our dreams are dependent upon everybody around us. And so when we find out what other people's dreams are, chances are we can help them, or we know somebody that can help them. And who knows, maybe that's an open door for them helping us. But we never know unless we try, unless we get out of our houses, unless we walk out of this fear that our country's been under for the last few years because of COVID. And we have to be Americans again. You know, this country was formed by people who were willing to go great distances over the sea, not knowing what they were going to find, not knowing if they were going to get here. And then once we got it, we had to establish it, and then we had to keep it, because there are enemies out there that want to destroy us. But in every catastrophe that happens in America, Hurricane Harvey for Houston, what happened? Did people just leave? No, people in surrounding areas that had boats hooked them up to the back of their trucks and they drove into Houston. They put them in the water. They didn't ask for gas. They didn't ask for anything else. They were out there saving lives. And that's what America does best. And America is in a catastrophic situation right now. We have more division than I've ever seen in my lifetime, and I've been around for a while. But the thing that stops the division is realizing that this is our country, realizing that we have enemies that are coming after our freedom. Has America done everything right? Absolutely not. But we have people, leaders, that take advantage of their political situations to cause harm to other countries, to other people. We need to vote them out, and we need to vote in people that care about our Constitution, that care about our freedom. People that say, well, you can't say this word, or you gotta say this word. I talked to a history professor in one of my lift rides. You know what? He agreed with me. If you start limiting people's speech, it nullifies the First Amendment, and then they can limit everybody's speech. We don't like bullies. We don't like things that are going on, but people have a right to say, to express their opinions. We don't have to agree. We don't have to have them as friends. And as long as they are not breaking a law in what they're saying, they're free to say it. That's what freedom is all about. And so, but we're better than that, right? We're Americans. I grew up in a community here in Texas, and it was all about helping one another. And we didn't have, back in 1980, a lot of the division that we have now. You know, we were going forward. We were in a time of peace. And now, we need to be there for each other. And I talk to thousands of people driving for Lyft. I've done over 11,000 rides now in Colorado Springs, Denver, Pueblo, San Antonio, now the Houston area. And you know what? I talk to people from all over the world. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants to find out why they're here and to pursue that dream that's inside of them. I believe that God gave us specific talents, and according to Psalm 139, He wrote a book in heaven for each and every one of us and His wonderful plans for our life and for a peaceful kingdom, a peaceful earth where everybody is helping each other. We have an enemy, and we live on the battlefield of life. Our soldiers go into battlefields and they fight for our freedom. But there's also a battlefield that we're all included in, and it's called the battlefield of life. And I've come up with a wall that we're going to bring to each of these events. It honors our soldiers, our veterans, and everybody who is struggling in life. Those that we have lost through suicide. They were on a battlefield. We're all on a battlefield. We're trying to live our dream. And sometimes we don't recognize that others are going through that, and we don't see the signs, so we don't say anything. And one of the mottos on the Behavioral Health and Suicide Prevention Task Force is this: it's okay to not be okay. So let's be there for each other. Now, this is the introduction. There's more information on the website. We have a movie, that project that we're doing on my wife's true story with all of her miracles. It's called Sentence to Death, Destined for Life. At death's door, destiny knocks. She was given up for dead, and God came through and healed her of everything. I've got books, I've got music, I've got 3 albums, 5 singles out on YouTube, Rumble, and streaming that are available. I've got one song that is just going viral right now, which is great. It's great to be able to write something to touch somebody's life. I also have a book that I wrote on helping people find their God-given life dream, and I created a journal to go with it. We have 11 podcasts that I did to go along with each chapter. There's a study guide in the back. The website is out there under DREAMER'Sinc.net. You can get those books, they're available. I have an allegory I wrote a long time ago. It's about the 2 different paths of life. And then I've got a 5-book fiction series called Islands in the Sea. And those are all available out there too. And it's a fiction series that I wrote cover to cover with each one of them from 2009 to 2018. And it's about one kingdom falling while another's rising. There is supernatural intervention in there. There's romance, there's mystery, there's danger. It's exciting. All those books are available, and they help us with the nonprofit. I'm going to have advertising and sponsors. We do have some sponsors. I'll put their stuff at the end of this video so you can see who we have supporting us. If you'd like to support us and help us or sponsor, that's all available on the website. We have a GoFundMe for one-time donations. We have a Patreon project for monthly donations. And we're just starting up again. Sometimes we go through a lot of storms, and there's an enemy that wants to keep us from going forward with this. I had 2 seizures this year. The second one uncovered an 8mm aneurysm between my ear and my eye. I spent 2 months in and out of the hospital. I had 5 fractured vertebrae. And I was working to getting the Mitchell Pavilion for an event this year for Family Fun Days for September or October. And that storm alone, I lost the dates because I couldn't do the meetings and keep up. And so we're going to work on that for next year. But we're going forward. Hurricane Beryl came right over the top of us. We lost power for a while. And then I lost my brother and my father-in-law 2 weeks ago within 4 days. So, storms come. Storms are coming to your life. Everyone in our country is going through something. But if we just join together, if we have something that can unite us, if we can do some fun things together, we start meeting our neighbors and we find out, well, maybe they're okay. Maybe they're safe. Maybe God's sending them to help us or sending us to help them. But we don't know if we don't meet them. If all we do is come home, click the garage button, drive in the garage, and we never meet our neighbors, we don't know who's there. But I'm wanting to say this. This is the America I grew up in. I believe in America, I believe in our Constitution, and I believe in our freedom and our right to pursue happiness. So that's all I'm going to say in this first introduction. Check out our sponsors, check out those nonprofits that we have, and get the help you need. Mosaics of Mercy, it's on the website. Hands of Justice, Reflective Media, BHSP Task Force, some nonprofits for our vets and for homelessness. And hopefully we can populate all of that to help people everywhere in our country. So I'll see you in the next video, or on the road, or at the concerts, the shows, and we'll see you then. God bless you.